As we've been mentioning throughout the morning, I'm going to be speaking with a few individuals on Universal Children's Day 2025, being observed tomorrow, God willing. We have a student in-house in the Ted Daily studio of the Nation Station. We've also got a few representatives from the Dominica Social Services. And the focus, Universal Children's Day 2025, of course being observed tomorrow, God willing, here on the Nature Isle and throughout the world. So without further ado, let's go across to say good morning to our guests. Good morning to you guys. Hope all is well with you on this lovely Wednesday. Good morning.
Hi, good morning.
Hi, good morning to the listening public.
Good morning, good morning. Welcome to the Ted Daily studio and also the Felix Henderson studio of the Nation Station DBS Radio. Of course, as mentioned, we are here to speak about Universal Children's Day 2025. Can you guys introduce yourselves?
Hi, my name is Nicole Tousse. I work at the Department of Social Services as the coordinator of Child Care and Protection Unit.
My name is Abigail Dorival George. I'm a child protection officer within the Department of Social Services.
And my name is Lester Guy. I'm at present the unit coordinator of the counseling unit at Social Services. Good morning, everybody.
Good morning. And our young lady, our guest in the Ted Daily studio. What's your name?
My name is Adea Baltazar.
Adea Baltazar. And what school do you attend?
Goodwill Primary.
All right. Welcome to the Ted Daily studio of the Nation Station. Let's get our discussion underway. We are a few minutes late at this time. Can young Adea tell us, what is family in one word? What is family to you in one word?
Well, family to me in one word is loved ones, my loved ones or my relatives.
All right, loved ones or relatives. All right. And what are some of the fun things that families would do together? Or your family specifically, from your own experience?
Have movie nights, cook together, and have family reunions.
All right, so that's your personal experience as to some of the activities and the things that you guys do together. All right. So from our other panelists, can you tell me what is a family? What is a family to you guys?
A family is a group of persons that live together, that love and care for each other. Families come in different shapes and forms. We have the nuclear and the single parents and also the extended family.
All right.
Okay. Yeah, family for me is, as my colleague said, a group of people who live together under the same roof. And there needs to be some form of unity and love and togetherness among these people.
All right. So as far as it pertains to the experience of children's, their rights and things of that nature, can you tell us a bit more about children's rights within a family? What rights do children have within a family?
Well, children have a number of rights, and as the Convention of the Rights of the Child, that we can all Google it online anytime we have the time, there are a number of rights that children have. And some parents feel that they are the parents, so they have all the rights. But the reality is that the parents have their rights, but the child have their right as well. And within the home circle, they have the right to be loved. They have the right to medical care. They have the right to education. There are a number of rights in the article that, in question of time, we'll not go through it, but persons can always look it up online.
All right. And yes, you'd like to say something?
Oh, so wonderful.
You.
Okay. Right. Again, we have to kind of look at it from a local, should I say, or point of view, as the rights of a child being, as Ms. Tousse said, the right to be loved, but there's also the aspect of right for education, right for health, right for security, love and security. So all of those things have to be taken into consideration when we do it for our children, which is really important. But just permit me just one moment, Alzari, to just mention that today is also International Men's Day.
Oh, oh my.
Today is the observance of International Men's Day, and I don't be a remiss of me not to mention it on international radio. And we are celebrating our boys and our men. And I just wanted to say to all the men out there, on the observance of this day, remember who you stand for, what you stand for, and your impact in society is extremely important. And when we talk about family, there's another aspect of family that we bring into play, that how do our men represent families in our society, in a small society like ours, and how they impacted the lives of their children, and how important that is from an educational point of view, from a protection point of view, from a health point of view, that these children, even if they don't know their rights on paper, but they understand the concept of family is supposed to protect them at all level.
Yeah.
And this hones around the rights of your child, making sure that your child gets the help when he or she needs it from different aspects of life.
So, from your experience, because I think I would like to impress upon the men the importance of them being part of the family experience. From your own personal experience, how vital is it for a man to play the proper role within the family unit?
I think it's essential, and let me just, before Nicole make this really important point that I know she's going to make, I can see it on her face. One of the things that we've done in Dominica in recent times is we've revisited our laws, family laws and so on, and right now we realize that there's equal rights for the child as a man and a woman. So before it would be that a woman has a level of, how would I say it, more rights to a child being with her or bringing up the child and so on, but the law has changed well, I think the law has changed to put it equal, where the responsibility of the man and the woman is the same thing. And just give me let me permit me to give you a common example. If, for example, I have my son right now and he's living with me and not his mom, I can ask for her to support the child.
Yes.
Right? So the
That's
rights of
correct.
right. So when you're talking about the rights of a child in that context, right now the laws in Dominica has changed. Where before it would be the child is living with the mom, the man is supposed to contribute how much? I think $300, $75 a week or whatever it is. Right now, the opposite is true. So nobody gets any precedence over that child right now, and that is why it's our way of trying to get men more involved in the lives of the children. That they are not sidelined, or they're not just the men who bring the money and disappear.
Yeah.
They are part and parcel of bringing up the child.
And I also think it's important that our men and our women, the family unit, if you will, would understand the laws as well and appreciate the rights that they have within those laws. So, you would like to make a point.
Just to add to what Mr. Guy just said, in terms of the men's role in the life of their children, in the life of the family, we are seeing a lot of the negative aspect of that at the department. That parents don't know how to cooperate with each other. They don't know how to communicate in the life of the child. So the mother might still feel into the society, the mothers might still feel that they have all the rights. And they might want to make all the decisions and the father cannot say anything. And so we have a lot of challenges in that area with the parents, especially separated parents. That they feel the father is not living in the home and they may be not supporting, so they don't have to see or have access to that child. And we have a lot of issues emanating from this situation.
So how important do you think it is for, especially for the children, for parents to get along?
At the end of the day, the most important person in the situation is the child. When the parents can work together, the child can see both persons coming together and providing that care that they need. A child needs a mother and a father equally important in their life, because without the father, there's certain aspects of the child's life is not cared for. If the mother, certain aspects is not cared for. When I look at my children, so the things I would do, they don't listen to me, but when their father speaks or he says something, it has that impact that it changes their response and reactions.
Right. And in terms of communication with both parents, sometimes as Lester was mentioning with his example, your child may live with you and may have a better relationship with you because they spend more time with you. But how important is it for both parents to have good communication with their children so that they can teach them in the way that they need to be taught and messages can be passed on in the right way?
I think it's very, very vital for communication. I always say communication is the key to every relationship. And if there's poor communication, that child will be affected. Because, for example, I'll just give you a very simple example of maybe a child resides with mother and the mother wants to enroll the child at a specific school. But she goes ahead and does what she wants on her own without telling the father. That can become a very big issue. Because the father might not want that child at that school because of X reason, and there you'll see them coming to the office because there's a confusion, there's a conflict with that situation. If there was proper communication, they could have sat down, discussed it, and reached a decision together for the best interest of the child. So communication is very, very, very important.
And specifically communication among the parents as well, not only for communication between the parents and the child. As you just mentioned, that was a great example of how that lack of communication can further ferment negative energy within the whole relationship dynamic.
Yes, it will.
How best do you think parents can support their children?
Wow. So
Go ahead,
so
Mr.
I know you can the young lady who's with us also, I think
Yes.
she could probably chime in on that at some point. But here's the thing, as it relates to communication, we do talk about proper communication between parents. But one of the things I've learned from my personal experience with my son is you share your ideas with your child. I don't mean it's about a mortgage or whatever it is. When you're having conversation with them, you get their input. Because a lot of times we look at children as mini adults. In a sense, they are an individual by themselves with their own perceptions of things. And bear that in mind, children spend more time outside of the home than in the home, if you look at it.
Yeah.
So the influence outside there is a lot stronger than the time you spend with them. What you can do with them is cement the values that you have at home constantly, so that they understand that what they're in the outside world, that the values that you've instilled in them, and that comes with communication with your child. It's not just saying, oh, you're not supposed to do X or you're not supposed to do Y. It's more about, I would appreciate if you don't do X because the repercussion or the consequences of X and Y is this. And the child understands that. The child gets an opportunity to give you feedback and say, Mom or Dad, why are you saying this? Why is it like this? And you explain it to them rather than instruct them. And a lot of times we instruct our children too much rather than communicating with them.
I like what you just mentioned because it allows the child to understand why exactly it is that you don't want them to do that specific thing. Let's go back to Adea. As you just mentioned, yes, we should engage her. So let's see from Adea's perspective, from your perspective, what do you think you will need from your family, from your parents to be happy, to have a good quality home, a happy home? What do you think you would need as a child from your parents and your family?
Care, I think. Care, loving, and a roof over my head.
All right. So you need love, you need care, you need a place to rest, a roof over your head. Is that all that you need to be happy? Oh my! She seems like quite a simple child to of course satisfy with those basic desires. Of course, a roof over her head. As long as she is loved and cared for, she's happy. All right. So if you're just tuning in, we're here speaking on a Universal Children's Day 2025, which of course will be observed tomorrow, God willing, here on the Nature Isle and of course throughout the world as well. Just speaking with a few folks from the Social Services Division on the importance of support from the family. Our next question. To give children a voice to shape supportive homes and communities. Can you tell me if you could change one thing to make a family life better for all children, what would it be?
Could you ask our little one first?
Sure.
We need to hear from her what she wants.
So, if you could change one thing to make family life better for all children, what would it be?
Just thinking.
I think we stumped her with this
Oh.
one.
Some of this one,
Yeah.
right?
Okay. I think in family life, for a child to be happy and comfortable, they need both parents. If the parent is dead, well, that's fine. But they need both parents in their life to give them the support, the encouragement that they need in life, and just be there for them. Protect them and love them.
All right, that's certainly great. Let's go back to Adea. Do you have an answer for us? What would you change to improve the lives of children and the family experience?
To have more love and togetherness.
More love and togetherness. All right, that'll certainly improve the quality of the family experience.
But
Yes, go ahead.
let me just add this. So we talk about, I love what Ade is saying. Love and togetherness is something that is essential. We have to somewhat appreciate also that parenting doesn't come with a manual. Family doesn't come with a manual. You know, we are born into a family. We don't choose them. And sometimes, even based on our parents' experiences, they see parenting or family in their own eyes. And sometimes it doesn't always resonate with us what we expect it to be or what it should be. And that's why I think one of the things that social services have tried doing, especially for our foster parents, is to have trainings for them, right, Nicole?
Yes.
Right. So I think sometimes, even at PTA levels, at different levels, at church levels, it is essential that we can have parenting classes where people have shared experiences so they can know what works for their children. I mean, every child is different, but there are basic rules, basic values, basic activities that you can share with your child that can cement relationship and how your family dynamic is. Because family dynamics are different, and we have to appreciate that. My dad might decide he comes from a military background, and my mom might decide she comes from a teaching background, and she's more about education.
Yeah.
Some other childs can decide, okay, a skill in life is the most important thing. And the children's lives are shaped around this. But there's nothing wrong in getting additional information. I always say to clients, and I also say when I talk to people, what is the alternative? When you have an opportunity to improve what you have already, the alternative is not being improved or getting worse. So if we have little parenting classes, we have people with like experiences, shared experiences, and I can say, my child was going through this, and this is what I did. I got help for the child. I did X, Y, and Z. Then it works. And we can do that at not only an individual level, but we can do it at a community level. We can also do it at a structural level, where within the education system, the health system, the social services system, that we have programs to enhance and help parents. Because there are a lot of young parents out there, they themselves are even children.
Agreed.
And they're struggling with their kids.
Yeah.
So we can look at it from that perspective. I don't know if Abigail...
Just to add that the Department of Social Services have always do these kind of programs, and in fact that we are going to begin another parenting session with parents who are separated and have issues or conflicts within them or between them, which can result in emotional, psychological harm to the child. So we are going to start that soon. So we will put the notice out for parents who are interested to come to be educated. It will help in helping both parents to raise the child in the best way.
Because my next question was about discipline. So I was quite happy when Mr. Guy mentioned about a father with a military background. How important is discipline in the development of a child? Because as was mentioned a little bit earlier, some parents are still children themselves, and a lot of times you may find a situation developing where the parent desires to be more of a friend to the child rather than a parent. So, how important is discipline in the child's development?
Discipline is very important. A child needs to have structure and a routine. We need to get them to understand what is right, what is wrong, and to ensure that they come out in society and they represent themselves well. You can be a friend. You can have a good relationship with your child, but you cannot be their friend. At the end of the day, you're the adult. You're the one that is shaping and developing that child. So yes, as Mr. Guy said, you have a communication. You explain things to your child that they might understand better why it is you're disciplining them that way.
Yeah.
But it is important to have that structure and discipline in their life.
Wonderful.
Perfectly put. Honestly,
Yeah.
well done.
On point.
So, can you tell us what can teachers, parents, other relatives within the family circle do to help protect children as they grow?
Well, number one, protection of children is very important. They are very vulnerable. We have seen many circumstances where children are hurt, they are harmed, whichever way, physical, emotional, neglect, whichever way that they are harmed. And they don't get the support of their family. This destroys that child even more than the actual harm that they suffered. We have had children come in to report, and when we go to the parents, they don't want to believe their child. They don't believe the child, they don't support the child, and that just caused a big problem for the whole situation. It escalates exactly. So we need to have parents who are there for their children, support them, believe them, and go with them to whatever support services that they need to help them go through the vulnerable situation.
So, what about, for example, let's say a teacher? Let's say the parent is doing something that the teacher feels is probably detrimental to the development of the child. What advice would you give that teacher in actually addressing that situation? Sometimes you may feel a bit restricted. You don't want to overstep your bound, if you will. So, what advice would you give to a teacher in that aspect?
Well, according to what the child is suffering or going through, teachers are mandatory reporters. So, especially for sexual abuse offenses, teachers are mandatory. They must report. So it's not that they can cast an eye and say that I'm not getting involved, or I don't want the person to know that I came to say anything. They cannot do that. They have to report, and they always have to have the best interest of the child at heart. That's the number one thing. And if there's some way that they can help the child by first reporting to their principal, and then the principal will take it on to the Ministry of Education, and it will come to us. But something has to be done to help that child. They cannot cast an eye on it.
All right. Thank you so much to Nicole Toussaint, Abigail as well, and of course the man Lester Guy, young Adea. Thank you for being on with us this morning. I would like to ask you, we just dealt with some of the rights, the importance of children having rights. Can you tell me just some of the few rights that you believe a child should have?
They should have a right to education,
Mm-hmm.
to health,
Mm-hmm.
and a right to be loved.
Loved and protected.
Nice.
All right. Thank you so much, Adea. Wishing you all the best, and of course, sending good vibes to the good folks of the Goodwills Primary School. Any final words before we leave? As per Universal Children's Day tomorrow, any activities planned?
Yes, we have a debate planned among the Dominica State College students. This will be held at the UE Open Campus from 9 o'clock. And the general theme is on co-parenting, because we feel that's very, very important in the development of a child. parents who are separated, they need to learn how to cooperate and work together for the best interest of the child. And we have the students talking on that theme on co-parenting and to give their views on how they see it and how they think it can work and be better for a child.
That's certainly a great focus because sometimes, due to our own personal issues, the idea that the child should be the focus tends to get lost, and a lot of times they're the ones who will lose out in the end.
Yes.
So that's certainly a wonderful focus. So would like to urge our listeners to join the good folks of the Dominica Social Services at the Dominica State College tomorrow at 9 for that debate competition.
Sorry, the UE Open Campus.
Oh, UE. Okay, all right.
Yes, and it will be live streamed, so it should be on the media outlets.
All right, so keep your eyes peeled on Facebook and YouTube as well. And I'm sure that will be a successful debate competition. Certainly a marvelous focus. Would like to thank Nicole, Abigail, and Lester for speaking with us this morning. And of course, young Adea. Thank you. Do have a wonderful day. And of course, have a happy Universal Children's Day tomorrow, God willing.
Thank you.
All right.
Thank you so much.
Bye-bye.
And that was Nicole, Abigail, and Lester of the Dominica Social Services just speaking with us about Universal Children's Day being observed tomorrow, God willing. We also had a young Adea from the Goodwill Primary School on with us. Would like to urge our listeners to join them tomorrow, God willing, for that debate competition. As mentioned, it'll be carried live on Facebook and YouTube as well.